You ready?
Mm-hmm. Hi. All right. So I'm going to pull up my little sticky note. I wonder how this works.
What do you mean?
Oh, I wonder if you can get rid of this thing. And this will still be up. I'm scared to do that. Hi. Oh, gosh. Hey, Jason and Lorraine. Hi, Grace. Okay. So if you're on here, do like these people are doing and go ahead and say hey. So we can say hey back. Thank you, Jason and Lorraine, for being here tonight for us. They are our moderators and friends of ours, and I'm going to talk about them in a second anyways. Okay. Hi, Stony Creek Heritage Farm. And Lorraine on a separate channel. How are y'all doing today? I enjoyed your podcast, and I've subscribed to your podcast already. I just love podcasts. I really do. I'm like a podcast junkie.
Yeah.
You are too, aren't you? Kind of.
Sometimes.
Yeah. You get in like spells of podcasting.
Yeah. If I'm working on something for a long time or something.
Yeah.
Riding.
Which you're always doing.
Yeah.
Pretty much. But you're always like doing something while you're riding. You're on the phone or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and get started. And what podcast do I listen to? Okay. Well, the kids and I listen to something called Circle Round. I believe it's like Boston, like it's kind of like their NPR, I think, that puts that on, but it's for kids. It's a kids storytelling podcast. And so we like to listen to that in the car. I listen to lots of business podcasts because I just am like a nerd like that. And I love to hear about marketing. And so I listen to Christy Wright's podcast, the Business Boutique podcast. I listen to Amy Porterfield's podcast. I listen to Stu McLaren's podcast. I listen to all these people you don't know probably. Who else? Donald Miller. I listen to a bunch of nerdy podcasts. I'm doing it again. I don't know why I have to talk like this when we're doing our live stream. Let's see. Yes, I agree. And that was one of the things they put in their podcast was they thought that some people might not watch video or have time to watch a video, and people were always riding in the car, always listening to something. So sometimes podcasts are just easier, and I agree. Hi, Farm Mom.
Yeah. Yeah, it's easier to be working on something else while listening to a podcast.
Yeah, I agree. So let me go ahead and start with that then. I wanted to talk about our wonderful friends, our moderators, Sow the Land. They just started a podcast today. And so I'm going to throw, because I am slightly prepared, so I'm going to go ahead and throw up the link to their channel so you can go and follow them. They're going to do you can see them in the chat too, but they're going to do a video, like a YouTube video of their podcast, and it's also going to be on their podcast channel too, Sow the Land podcast, and you can download it from Stitcher or where else? I do Stitcher. What, like
iTunes.
Yeah, is it on iTunes? And then it's also on Spotify, I believe. So, yes, Stitcher and Spotify. There we go. So go and follow them. Go subscribe to their podcast. We just love them and just think the world of them. So they also have T-shirts that I purchased. I didn't even tell you. I purchased one of their T-shirts, and I'm so excited to get it in the mail when it comes, and I can't wait. On iTunes soon. Okay. So,
Apple has to be different. Is that the reason?
Is that the reason? Is it harder to get on iTunes?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Apple is always different.
I've never looked into doing podcasts. We talked about it. We talked about it a while back.
Yeah.
But I haven't looked into the logistics of having a podcast yet. So
there's a lot of people that do video. They video their podcast session.
Yep. They have to review the podcast first. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Makes it a little more difficult, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But anyways, so we're just excited for all you guys are doing, Jason and Lorraine. I did want to mention if you watch the YouTubers, the homesteading YouTubers, many of them have mentioned Jim and Renda from Hardiness Approach, and so I wanted to also do that. Even though we have not met them in person, I saw them at the Homesteaders of America, and just thought they were just the most precious people. They are a pillar in the homesteading community, and just sweet people from what everyone is saying. And so I just wanted to quickly throw their link up, because if you haven't heard already, they are battling cancer. Renda is battling cancer now, and we're just praying and believing she's going to be healed of that. But they've had some really bad health scares lately. So so if you'll go and check out their channel, if you haven't already, it will give you the information you need on who they are, and you can get, just kind of acclimated to just the sweetness of them. And then also I'm putting a link to their GoFundMe account, or GoFundMe, what is it called? Campaign. That's what it's called. My brain is like halfway working tonight. Words are not coming to me. So I put those links there. Hi, Homemade Home from Louisiana. Cool. So I put those links there so you can go and check them out, and please consider giving to them. We gave to them as Farm Life Outfitters, and they've also got T-shirts that some like the Holler Homestead, and I forget who else is working on that with them, but anyways, just lots of people chipping in to help this sweet couple go through this horrible battle that they're actually having to sell their homestead and move back home with family during this time. So,
do you know where they're moving to?
Colorado, I believe, is where their family is. So, yeah. So just pray for them, give if you can, and we would appreciate it. Hi from Texas. Cool. Oh, thank you for praying for them. I have been too, and Jim got his test results back, and he's good. It was inflammation. The doctor said was his problem. It was not cancer. So they've been working actually with Rebecca Rhodes to try to get this inflammation down and do some different things with their diets.
Yeah.
So right now she's like, whatever it is that I'm fighting, she's not gone into a lot of details publicly about what her cancer looks like or anything, but she said right now I'm fighting it with nutrition instead of chemo and all that stuff. So that's just, the whole thing is just hard. So we just need to continue to lift them up and give them that God will give them wisdom and just bring healing to them. So speaking of nutrition, I was going to talk about Whole30. Guess who joined me with the Whole30?
Sort of.
Sorta. Have you been cheating?
A couple times.
He's
Sydney makes brownies.
been. You ate a brownie?
Yeah, I ate a brownie.
Oh my word! I didn't know he ate a brownie.
What she said?
She said, you, she's in the back. She said, you ate my cookie.
No, I didn't eat a cookie. Did have a brownie though.
Okay. He's sort of joining me with
sorry.
Whole30.
Sorry about
I'm
that.
doing Whole30, like doing it, you know.
Yeah.
So
She made brownies. I'm sorry.
I've been the one handing brownies out to everybody today, and I haven't even had a crumb. You know what? A while ago, this is how serious I am about Whole30. A while ago, I was giving brownies to the kids after they had eaten, and I had like a little bit on my finger. Normally, where would that finger go? Right in my mouth. I went to the sink and washed it off. Like, wow. Can you believe that? That's like commitment right there. Yeah. I'm doing this. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I feel better.
Yeah, you are feeling better.
So I want to tell you, hard to say no to a brownie. Exactly. I know.
Especially Sydney's brownies.
Sydney is a baker. Our oldest, she's almost 9. She is a baker. I don't think I could turn down a brownie either.
What are those brownies called she makes?
She makes some brownies. They're by the Pioneer Woman, which we just adore. Like, we love her recipes. Yeah. It's called Knock You Naked Brownies, and she loves to make those brownies. Yeah. They've got like caramel in them, and they're delicious. They're really, really good. But I am saying no to brownies or anything else with sugar in it until Whole30 is over. But I do feel really good. I don't think I felt this good in a long, long time. And I don't know what it is specifically. So in Whole30, if you're not familiar, you have to get rid of all sugars, even natural. Well, I won't say even natural sugars, but you can't have like maple syrup or honey or anything like that. But you can have fruit in moderation. So you get a little bit of sugar, natural sugar in the fruit. You cannot have grains, and you cannot have dairy. So those are like, I guess, the pillars of the Whole30 program. And basically just eat real food. So my last day of Whole30 is on the 24th, I believe. So it's supposed to be for 30 days. I know some people do it longer and some people do it less, probably. I think I just really feel a lot better. So I'm committed to the 30 days, and then yes, they are real food. Yeah. They are real food, but yes, that's part of the program, is to get rid of those, because a lot of times they do cause inflammation. Grains and dairy products do cause inflammation, and they especially do in me. I already know, because I was tested a couple of years ago for my food allergies, and dairy, any form of dairy was on my list of no-nos. So yeah. So what can you eat? Oh, you've never heard? Okay. Well, you can look up Whole30. You can Google it, and there's just recipes galore, whatever. I don't use the recipe. Like I generally just don't use recipes anyways. We just throw stuff together. Yeah. But hi, Tom. But we eat a lot of vegetables and a lot of eggs and meat. And fat. You can have natural fats all you want to, like good fats. Yeah. So
we eat a lot of bacon.
We don't eat a lot of bacon. I would love to eat a lot of bacon. Yeah. We don't.
We do eat a lot of sausage.
Yes. Well, we have a lot of sausage now. Yeah. So, you know.
Put it in everything.
That's right. So, speaking of which, let's move on to that.
Oh, today.
What did we do today?
Yeah. So we butchered our last pig today. We hosted a pig butchering workshop today, and had a few guys over, and processed our last pig. Mm-hmm. It went really well.
Yeah, very smooth, very quick.
Except for the fire. We had trouble with the fire. We had a good strong fire going and had the water hot, and then it was too hot. Then we had to wait on it to cool down, and then it was too cold, and then we had to wait on it to warm back up. But other than that, it went really well. It took us pretty much all day, Jason. So I got started this morning about 6 a.m., just kind of prepping everything, getting everything put together, the table set out and the fire built under the tub. And then everyone showed up around 8. And we had the pig scalded and cleaned and, gutted and everything by around 11. And then it took us until probably, 2 o'clock to finish cutting it up. We stopped for lunch. We stopped about an hour for lunch and then 2 more hours to cut it up and put it in bags. And we still have all the sausage to grind. How much sausage do you think there is? 30 pounds.
30, yeah. I would say 30.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yes, I like that you can eat potatoes also.
Yeah.
That kind of has saved me because the sweets has not been a struggle for me really, and I was kind of surprised by that. But it's the bread. Like I make our own sourdough bread, and that has been a struggle not to partake of that. So being able to put potatoes, because I did keto for a while and we didn't do potatoes and stuff, but that was hard. And so, yes, I'm glad you can eat potatoes on Whole30. So, and bacon, yes.
Mm-hmm.
How did you learn to do all the pig butchering stuff?
I think just getting in and doing it. I don't know. I mean, my dad and I have always deer hunted. And so done quite a bit of deer processing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very similar. This is like the second time I've ever scalded a pig. That's the new part, scalding and scraping all the hair off. But that's not really that. I mean, it's hard, but
because it's heavy.
Yeah.
Because you have to back the tractor up as close as you can to the bathtub, and then we had 4 grown men, holding the sheets this time, or the sheet that the pig was on, and then you have to put him in, lift him up off of the thing into the bathtub and keep moving him around.
Yeah. I mean, there's several ways to do that. We just do it that way because that's what we have.
Right.
I know you can.
Hey, Reggie.
Lift him up and down out of a barrel, or if we had a tractor with a loader, that could do all the work.
Justin Rhodes, they just happen to be doing it the same weekend that we're doing it. They're hosting their own pig butchering, and they had a huge metal drum out there, I guess is what they were scalding in. I guess. I'm not really sure.
If it was metal.
I didn't watch it, but I just saw some pictures from there. So yep.
He was a year old, right at a year.
So we did this a month ago.
Yeah.
And killed 2 pigs then that were the same. They were the same age as this one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he probably weighed about 150 pounds, probably. But I like this breed. They're American guinea hogs. They don't really eat much. Those brownies were good, David. They don't eat as much grain as commercial style pigs, and they do really well in the woods and in the pasture. They don't really dig up the place too bad. I mean, they do a little bit, but depends on where they are.
Yeah.
But they're really fat. They have a lot of fat.
Yep.
A ton of fat. We had more fat than sausage. And I cut both shoulders and both hams into sausage.
Yeah. I don't doubt that at all.
Yeah.
They're lard pigs.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got tons of lard now, which is great because we use that. So I'm glad you had fun, David. David was one of our attendees today, and
I'm glad you were here.
Yeah, he got right in there and helped with everything, and so
I appreciate it.
So we plan on doing some more workshops at some point with. We're raising rabbits right now, meat rabbits. We're raising. We'll have more pigs at some point. We're actually, our pigs are due.
Yeah.
Soon,
we'll
probably.
Have some more piglets.
Yeah. To raise, and then also chickens, which is what we're probably the most familiar with is the chicken butchering. So
yeah. Plus, we have a lot of people that want to come to that.
We do. There's a lot of people interested in chicken, raising their own chickens and butchering their own chickens. So I think we'll have good attendance for some workshops about that. So
we've met several people that want to go in with us and buy their own. So we all buy together and process together.
Yeah.
So that's going to be nice.
Yeah, that'll be fun. We are like Central North Carolina. Yeah. Not far from Charlotte, but not Charlotte.
Yeah.
When people think, when I say that we're near Charlotte, they're just like, and you have a farm?
Yeah.
Reggie is in on the chicken butchering.
They're good too. It's the best chicken. Isn't
it good? It is.
It's so good.
Awesome. Yeah. Really, really good. How do you manage your farm when you go on vacation?
That's a good question, Lorraine.
That's a good question. We were talking about that today. We struggle with that.
Yeah. So my dad lives close by, and our neighbors are really helpful. And we have a friend that lives down the road who also has a farm, and he comes and helps. But yeah, it's really tough.
It's hard to leave.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, we're supposed to leave the end of this month for a week, and our dairy goats are due around that time. So we're having a hard time with that.
Yeah. So, yeah, we just have to do the best we can and plan it out and figure out who's going to take care of who. So, anyways.
Luckily, the chores are pretty easy. I mean, I can do them in the mornings in 30 minutes or less. And especially when we're out of town, I usually condense everyone to a smaller area, so the chores are even faster. But that's typically when an animal gets out or
dies, or gets sick or whatever.
Yeah.
It's always when we're out of town, so it's pretty stressful. To leave.
Happens every time, doesn't it?
Yeah, even for the weekend. Even when we leave for the weekend, something seems to always happen, and it's not like the fault of anybody. It's just
they just know.
They just know we're not here. So, yeah, but we live in like a little tight knit area right here, and people are always looking out for us. Neighbors are always, making sure that everything looks okay around our house and everything. And
it was pretty cool. I was walking the other morning, and the neighbor said, "One of your sheep were out last night. We put him up." Like, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
That was one of the sheep we moved this week. One of the rams kept getting out. Every day I'd go over there and he would be out.
Rascal.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's my favorite though. He was so cute.
Yeah.
Will you be at the Homesteaders of America conference this year? Yes, we will be. Are you guys? I think you are. I think you said that the other night. We need to get a booth next to each other again. I need to put in a request. Yes, and we actually rented a 2-space one, so it'll be a 10 by 20 space this year. I've got to get a tent because I would like to get one anyways for events so that I can do 2 spaces and not be crowded into my one little space. Because apparel just takes up a lot of room. So,
are they having a big tent this year?
No, I don't. Not that I know of. I think they were just doing outside spaces, like bring your own tent spaces. So, yes, we are bringing a tent. Okay. Yep. So I got to order one of those. I think they're really expensive.
Mm.
I mean, I've seen them for like $150, and I've seen them for like $600. So I got to find $150 that'll work good. Because last year at the Homesteaders Conference, it was really windy because the hurricane had come through like North Carolina, Virginia, and the wind was outrageous last year. It was knocking everything down. Yes, Amazon is where I'm going to be.
Yeah. So it was warm one day and then really, really cold the next day.
It was, it was just raining sideways, and it was just, I'm hoping this year will be much nicer weather because it's an awesome event, and I don't want our tent to blow away or our stuff. Yeah, it was freezing, the rain. Yeah, it was pretty cold. I had many layers on.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like we didn't bring enough clothes for our kids or something.
Yeah.
Which our kids are usually very hot natured. Like they don't like clothes.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I forget, like they might get cold at some point.
Yeah.
We have blankets and stuff.
Now they've gotten into not wearing shoes. They never wear shoes. Like never.
Never. Yep.
Just don't get it.
I was filming them down by the pond today, and they would step, and because of all the rain we've had here, they would just step and just sink. And Sydney's like, "This is so cool. It's like quicksand." I'm like, "That ain't cool, sister."
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We have beavers in our pond too.
Yes.
Sydney and I have been attempting to drain the pond. We dug a ditch out in the dam and got the water flowing, and then it just kept on flowing, and finally it's probably like 4 foot deep on the backside, isn't it? Did you see it?
Yeah.
It's really deep on the back.
It is.
But anyway, I don't know how deep the pond is. But anyway, we're going to drain it.
Yeah.
I'd love to clean it out, get all the muck out of it, and take it back up to the top of the hill, pile it up, and use it for mulch or compost or whatever.
Is it called duckweed? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
It's just green. Our whole pond is green right now.
It's been green for 20 years or more.
But the kids were finding all kinds of like frog eggs and fish eggs. I don't know what they were finding. They were finding frog eggs, a bunch of stuff down there today, and it was just like the coolest day for them to explore. And then Sydney went down there.
Kind of stuff.
Yeah, Sydney had her a job this morning because Adam was up here working, getting the stuff ready for the pig butchering, and he told Sydney to go check on the pond or something, and so she went down there, and she was just like, "Those beavers."
Yeah, the beavers that stopped it up again.
They stopped up the dam, or they made a dam again, or whatever,
Yeah.
And so she had to remove the brush that they had put there, and she was just like, "I just had to move it, and they had cut down all these trees," and she was just like, "Those beavers." It's just funny.
She was in her element.
She was. She loved it. And she's like, "I just knocked it down and it went flowing again. And, the waterfall is so beautiful. Mama, you got to come see the waterfall. She's so fun." So I went down there to see what they had done today.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Let's just come in. Once Upon a Farmstead. Yes. I love following you. I love your pictures. Two Wild Onions. Happy Sabbath. What else do we want to talk about? I did want to give a shout out to a viewer, Jan Manning. And I don't know if Jan's on here right now, but she left us the sweetest comment on our video that we posted this morning. And it really just made my day. I read it to him. He was like, "That was so nice." I was like, "I know." And so thank you to Jan and anyone else who comments on our videos and lets us know what you liked about them and just encouraged us. it was just, it's just what I needed to hear, because sometimes this is really hard. Jason and Lorraine know, like, this takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of planning. It takes, even though a lot of times you're filming with your family, the editing part and the promotion part takes away time from your family. And so sometimes it is hard to keep going. It's hard to think, like, is this worth it to keep on doing this thing? But then when you get sweet comments like Jan left us today, it was like, man, this is making a difference in somebody's life. So, yes, getting positive comments helps so much. So thank you to Jan and anyone else who leaves us comments. Please, I encourage you, leave your favorite YouTubers comments, and just encourage them. Let them know that you enjoy watching their videos and their channel, and that they're inspiring you, or whatever you can. So, let's see. I taught some classes, or I taught a class this week, a marketing class. I've been teaching for our small business centers in the area, 2 different counties, and I really enjoy it. I was really nervous to start doing it, but I really, really enjoy doing it, and I'm kind of hooked on it. And I'm really excited now because next month, or no, it is March. Oh my gosh, it's March. This month, I'm teaching on vlogging, and I feel like when she first asked me to speak on vlogging, I was like, you realize I just started doing this, right? And so I did not feel like I had any sort of knowledge to impart on anybody, but I am so excited about it. Like, I've been researching, I've been reading some books or listening to some audio books that I really enjoy about vlogging, and then just watching my friends, Jason and Lorraine and Justin and Rebecca, and just studying them, basically studying what they do and how they do it. And I'm really excited to present that. So I'm doing a vlogging class coming up in both counties. So 2 vlogging classes coming up. So I'm excited about that.
You're going to vlog while you're there?
I am. I'm going to video it while we're there, and show everybody what I use, the equipment I use, what I started on, which was my phone, and now I have a camera. I don't have the best equipment, there's lots of bloggers who have better equipment than I do, and that's fine. And that's kind of what I want to share with my classes, is like, just start. I mean, just with whatever you have. I know I remember when we were just thinking about starting a vlog. I talked to Rebecca Rose because she was already a friend of mine before we started. And I said, we're thinking of starting this. What advice do you have? And pretty much that was the main thing, was don't worry about equipment. Just start. Just do it. Just start filming. And that's kind of what I'm telling other people too. So, anyways,
it's so nice because, I mean, we're learning a lot of new stuff and meeting a lot of new people, and we have a ton of ideas on stuff we want to do. We have something we really need to do soon that we talked about.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yes. I have a notebook. I was just telling him a while ago, I said, I have probably 50 different video ideas written down that we've just got to film. I mean, once you start thinking, I mean, the possibilities are endless of things that other people would be interested in finding out or seeing or hearing.
And it's so nice to have record of people we're close to, and our friends, and ideas, and community. It's so nice to have a video record of that.
Yeah, I agree. So someone asked, Homemade Home asked, what type of camera and computer do you use? So I started just like Jason said. He said he started with his iPhone. I started with my iPhone, or actually I had a Google Pixel that I started with. But we've filmed some things on your iPhone before too. And now I have a Canon M50, and I love it. And what do you have, Jason? I don't even know what you film with. But yes, so this is what my YouTube camera looks like. So this is an M50. Okay, 80D. And my computer is just a Lenovo. It's a pretty cheap computer, but we use Filmora editing software. A lot of people use Premiere. Jason, y'all probably use Premiere, don't you? And yeah, I feel like I've missed some things. How long is your class? It is a 2-hour class. So each time I teach, it'll be for 2 hours. Oh, iMovie. Okay. Oh, they found a free one.
Nice. Yeah.
No, we were trying to find a free one, and we did like a trial for the Filmora and liked it pretty good. So we just stuck with that one. You can get the lifetime for like what, $50-$60 or something like that. I can't remember the exact cost, but you can get the lifetime access. Oh, it comes with Mac computers. Okay, so I don't have that. You might have that on yours, but anyways. Oh no, you have a Lenovo too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
I have iMovie on my iPad though.
Yeah. Did we try that?
Yeah.
It seems like we did try it on his iPad, and it was just like, ain't working. So yeah, but it works good so far. We like our setup. I'm sure as time goes on, we'll want to change things and make things a little bit easier, or I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll find. We're always learning, so we're always finding out more stuff. I use my phone too. Computer's a struggle for editing. Maybe one day. I understand. We are very fortunate to have good internet here. Everyone that comes here is really surprised by our Wi-Fi. And we get it through our cell phone company. So it's like a little hotspot, and that's who we use. A lot of people around us have a high speed,
like a landline or something.
Whatever it's called, yeah, high speed internet, and it's not high speed. Everyone complains about it around here, saying it's been really bad. So, yes, do not be ashamed of using your phone. I did a whole video on this. It was I can't even remember the title of it, but it was me talking about comparison. I was in a coffee shop just talking about comparison and how I used to feel really bad about using my phone with all these other YouTubers that were using these nice fancy cameras. And I was not planning on getting this camera this soon into our YouTube, but it just happened that way. But I would have been using my phone for a while, and there's no shame in that. Our phone actually took really good quality video. Yeah. Okay. See, lots of people on here are using their phones.
Yeah.
Yep.
I could never get used to turning it the right way. Every time I would make videos, I would have it turned the wrong way.
Yeah. He would, when we were first starting, he made our intro. So if you've seen some of our videos, I don't put them in every video, but we have like a little intro that's got our logo and then some scenes from around our farm set to music. And he did that, and I really liked the intro. But when he was filming the intro, he started filming all the animals. He would like get right up in their grills, filming them. And he was doing it like this.
Yeah.
And then so I would go and look at the video, and I was like, oh, you're going to have to do this again. I'm sorry. And so then he went out and shot them again, the right format. Yeah. You even edit on your phone? Wow.
That's pretty good.
That is pretty good. I don't think I have the patience for that. I don't even like using my phone. I don't know what it is. Like this computer that we're using right now to stream on is a massive computer. When I take this computer, it's a laptop, but when I take it places, people are like, now that's a laptop right there, because the screen is humongous. It was a pretty cheap computer when I bought it from Best Buy, and I was just asking them, I was like, what would be good for video editing? And I was like, and I don't want to pay any more than blah, blah, blah. And they were just like, ooh, for video editing, they were wanting to sell me something that was going to be really quick. And I was just like, no, I can't afford one of those. Just give me something. And he was like, well, this one has a rather large screen. That might be good for when you edit videos. I was like, okay, works for me. And since we got rid of our TV, this is what we watch movies on anyway. So it worked out. It's just a huge screen. But so this week we did we did post 3 videos. The lamb grafting, where we had a lamb that was rejected it was a twin, and it was rejected by its mom, wasn't being fed as much as the other twin was. Mm-hmm. And then we had a ewe that lost her baby. Her baby died after birth. And so Adam, we've bottle fed many, many times before, but it is expensive and it's very time consuming and it's hard. Mm-hmm. So, this ewe was already in milk, and Adam didn't want to waste the situation. So he said, let's try something. Let's try to get this lamb and this ewe to bond, even though they don't know each other. And so we did that video, and that was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it worked.
Yeah. In our latest video, the loudest lamb was that lamb calling for its mom.
I know, it was so sweet, and I should have. And I can still go in and do the little card for the so that people can see that video. Mm-hmm. But it was so sweet. Yeah, if you watch today's video that I posted about sorting sheep, all hands on deck when sorting sheep. We were trying to move some lambs over to another pasture because we had some people interested in buying them, and it was just kind of chaotic. I mean, it took us and three kids to get all these sheep sorted. And while this ewe was in the
holding pen,
the little holding pen, its baby that we had bonded was outside of it and just making a racket like mama, and the mom was all worried. And I was just like, man, that just thrills my heart because they're not
adoption.
Yeah, it's adoption. It's adoption. It's beautiful. Adoption. It's so beautiful because they really do. I mean, there's no disconnect anymore. I mean, they're really bonded. He's being fed really well and happy, and she's very concerned about him, and so it's awesome. So high creating essence. So and then we have one more video, the rotational grazing video. So that was fun to do because while Travis was at preschool one day, we were over there with Adam, walking the field and figuring out where he's going to put all these.
It's going to be nice.
All these fences up, so to rotate our sheep. Mm-hmm. Like not daily, is it, or every other day or something?
Yeah, probably every day.
Okay.
Depends on the grass and my time.
Yeah. True. So which one was your favorite video? Which one of those was your favorite?
The video?
Yes.
Probably today's.
Yeah. I like that just because everybody was helping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was hard. It was hard getting them out of that pen.
Yeah. Yeah, if you watch it.
We have a barn down here with like sorting gates that we made and stuff, and could very easily sort them down in the barn, but that would mean moving all the sheep over here, doing that, and moving all the other sheep back. And so,
yeah,
yeah, it worked out. It was just harder.
Yeah, and then then someone came to buy some sheep, so you had to catch them again.
Yeah, but they were in the barn.
Oh, were they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Mm-hmm. So it didn't go too bad. I wasn't here, so I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it was super easy.
Oh, good. So you got to use the chute and everything?
No,
or you just
just hemmed them up and carried them over.
Gotcha. Okay. Are you butchering the sheep?
No, we were planning on it this year, but we had someone that was interested in buying those 2 wethers, and so so we sold them instead. Maybe next year. We're running out of freezer space quickly. We're probably out of freezer space by now.
I remember Jason and Lorraine talk about they had to buy another freezer, and that was just the best decision. Yeah. We have several, but they're getting pretty full between the chickens that we butchered right before Christmas and 3 pigs.
Mm-hmm.
So
so we have 50 chickens and 3 pigs in the freezer.
Yes. Good problem.
Yeah.
Yes, you are right about that. We are blessed.
Yeah.
We're very thankful.
Mm-hmm.
Our entire living room is going to be all freezers.
Yeah.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
He usually, we were talking about this today with the fellows that were here, but he usually gets a deer, at least one.
Yeah.
And he really didn't have time to hunt this year because we were in the middle of our remodel. So that's really every waking moment went to doing something with the house.
Mm-hmm.
So we usually have deer in the freezer, which I love. I love venison, but let's have to wait.
It's nice. We haven't bought meat at the store in like how long? I don't even remember. 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Or longer.
Yeah, and we haven't bought ground beef in a while. We have family who raise grass-fed beef.
Yeah.
And we buy from them when we need ground beef. But I've been using sausage to replace our beef pretty much. Every once in a while I would like some
beef, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Especially the grass-fed beef.
It's so good.
Oh yeah.
It's so much better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's got so much flavor.
It's different. If you've never had grass-fed beef, it's much different than what you're used to from the grocery store.
Yeah.
I don't even really know how to describe it, but
everything. Looks, taste, feel, everything.
Everything's different.
Smell.
Yeah. It's kind of like when you're raising your own eggs.
Yeah.
And then you have to go buy 50-cent eggs at Aldi.
Yeah.
And you're just like.
Well, those are not that bad. It's the Walmart eggs.
The Walmart eggs are really horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, they make you just sick to look at them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But anyways.
Yeah.
We're like self-proclaimed food snobs.
Yeah.
We weren't always like that,
No.
but we are now.
And
we're going to have to stop talking about it because we feel like, well,
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
If you buy Walmart eggs, I apologize.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just, after raising our own food, it's very hard to go back.
It is.
So,
it is.
we will be food snobs with you.
I guess, it's important though. It's important to know what you're eating and know what your eating was eating. And how it was raised and how it was processed and put up and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think people are becoming more aware of that. And that's why we have so many viewers watching these homesteading channels, because they're fascinated.
Yeah.
First of all, that people are learning how to do this, and it's kind of a lost art.
Yeah.
And then second of all, they just are kind of coming to the realization that we should probably know where our food is coming from. I mean, it's probably a good idea to know if our food has been pumped full of antibiotics, or if the labels, I mean, we don't even know if our labels are correct at, when you shop at the store. So if you don't have a local farmer that you're friends with, find a local farmer that you can friend, and go visit their farm and see how they do things and see if you approve of it. So that's my best advice, would be just to my friend Dominique, I don't know if she's on here right now. She said that she loves watching our channel. She watches all our videos. Her kids love watching them. They watch them at lunchtime and everything. But she's like, I have no desire to do this on my own. Like, our family this is not in the cards for us to actually raise our own food. And she's like, and I'm totally okay with that. I just want the Lord to bless me enough so that I can support these farmers who are doing it the right way. And we'll just get food from them. So, and she buys our eggs and honey from us. And, we have several friends from church, I think, they're just like, are you selling bacon yet? Are you selling, like, they want to buy meat from us and stuff. And so we feel like that's coming, to where we'll be able to sell. But for now it is for us. So, but my husband takes extra eggs to work for coworkers who want to buy them. Someone asked what the difference was, so he gave them a dozen to try. They were shocked. Yeah. It's a huge difference. Yeah.
Lorraine asks about getting the sheep getting ticks in their
wall. Okay, I missed that one.
I've never noticed ticks on the sheep, but I'm sure they do. I'm sure they do get some.
And ours are hair sheep, so they do. A lot of them are kind of fuzzy. I'm not sure the correct term. They're kind of woolly, I guess. It is funny to see the difference in their coats. Like, we have some that are real woolly. It's real tight knit and kind of curly, and then we have some that's just straight. Like just hair.
Just the different breeds.
Yeah.
The Dorper breed, which is the ram, he's a Dorper, is more woolly, curly woolly. Going back to the bugs, the bugs may be deterred by is it called lanolin?
Oh yeah.
In the wool.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
Oily stuff.
Yeah, I think I've read that before.
That the bugs are deterred by that?
Yeah.
Okay. I've never noticed ticks, but I assume they had some, but maybe not.
Yeah. We all need to talk more about how to raise and grow food. Yep. Incorrect labels is a scary thought, I know. Oh. Thank you for joining us, Homemade Home. Enjoy your baby.
I guess we should. I know we get a lot of questions about our ram still and his face mask, but it's called a ram shield. We bought it from Premier One, and all it does is covers his frontal vision, so he can't see straight ahead, but he can still see out the sides. He can still eat, drink, do everything a ram typically does.
Fully functioning, except he will not run at you.
Yeah, because he can't
straight.
See you.
Yeah. He'll still try to kind of like, what you doing, kind of rub up against you or whatever.
Yeah.
But he is a very aggressive ram. I couldn't go in there. The children certainly couldn't go in there and work with him. Like, our video today would never have happened if he didn't have his shield on. So
he might. I mean, I might could take it off, and usually when I leave it on and I take it off, he settles down for a little while, and then he starts becoming more aggressive.
Gets a little more confident.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what that is. It's just it blocks his frontal vision.
Mm-hmm. He even got aggressive with that. That's why he has it on right now. He got aggressive with our dog a couple of weeks ago.
It's been a month ago. Wow.
Really? Okay.
I don't know.
No, I think it's been a couple
weeks.
weeks. Yeah. And so that's why he was sort of
put him in timeout.
Put him in timeout. That's how we have to put the ram in timeout.
Yeah.
He has to wear a shield.
Yeah.
But he is much more docile and easy to work with than, of course. Yeah. But he is fully functioning.
Mm-hmm.
He can do everything he needs to do.
Mm-hmm.
So.
One of my projects this year is to section off part of our pasture here to keep the ram in by himself, so that the whole breeding mating process goes a lot better if the ram is not with the ewes all the time, but if you bring the ram in when everyone's ready, because typically everyone they all get bred within a 2-week time span.
Mm-hmm.
So you have all your lambs at the same time. But when the ram's with them all the time, then they don't cycle as often or something. I'm not sure what happens. Ours some of them were like 2 months apart.
Yeah.
This time.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
That's one of my projects, to separate part of our pasture to keep the ram in all the time until it's time for breeding.
They call it the ram effect, don't they?
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I doubt he'll be as aggressive when he's by himself.
By himself, yeah. That's an interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be a good experiment to do.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't like that when he was by himself before.
Yeah.
Before he was with them all the time.
Yeah. He only became aggressive last fall when the ewes started coming into heat.
Mm-hmm.
That's when he started becoming aggressive.
Which we understand. I mean, we understand that's what animals do.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had some comments before from people that were like, well, that's just what they do. I'm like, well, we understand that, but we're not putting ourselves or our children at risk because of it like that. Yeah. We had to take, precautions for that. So, and it doesn't hurt him.
Yeah.
He's not hurt at all. He can breathe fine.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I was amazed at how well it worked, honestly.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I think when we first tried to put it on, it was too loose or something, and he could get out of it. He scratched up against the tree and get out of it pretty easily, but
I just didn't have it on right.
Oh,
yeah,
gotcha.
Anyway,
so this coming week we have a video.
Do you want to talk about the books we've read or reading, or is it time for that?
I don't know. Do you want to?
It doesn't matter.
We're going to do that next week.
Okay.
Let's do that next week when we talk about us and who we are.
Okay.
We'll do that.
Sounds good.
We'll talk about what nerds we are next week. So
we exchanged our TV for a bookshelf.
We did. Yeah. And yes, so next week at this time, 9:00 Saturday night, we're going to do an episode on us, just who we are, like how do we meet, and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how we're nerds and we read a lot of nerdy books. And I'll tell you more about that next week because it's really sad. Sometimes it's really sad when I think about it. But anyways, this coming week with our videos, though, we're going to have a video about our cutting down trees.
Mm.
Yep.
Nice.
Scaring me to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might hit the house.
It might hit the house.
It's leaning towards the house.
It is leaning towards the house. So
yeah.
So you have to stay tuned for that. He scares me. He loves to cut trees down, and his little boy is exactly like him.
Yeah.
When you ask Travis what he wants to do when he grows up, he says, "I cut trees down." I'm like, okay, that's what he's going to do when he grows up. He's going to cut trees down. Lorraine wants to know what we're reading. Well, we'll talk about it next week because we're running out of time. I know it's like 10:00. So, yeah. But yes, I know we'll have a tree cutting video this week. And I'll probably do a video about the beaver dam I haven't decided if I'm going to do a video about the butchering or not, because we already done butchering videos.
Yeah.
I think I filmed today, but I think I'm going to save the footage as more of like promotional footage for when we do have more classes. So, yeah. So I think I'm going to save that. But yes, we will have a huge tree cutting video this week, and we will have the kids playing at the beaver dam video. So, yep.
Sydney wants to see the beaver house when we get all the water out.
Oh, yeah. But it's 10 o'clock, and we just appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. I think this is probably the biggest crowd we've had since we started a live show. So come back next week at 9 o'clock on Saturday night, and we would love to chat with you about who we are. Adam had the idea of just like, we just need to talk about how we met, and how we acquired a homestead, and kind of our story, so where we're headed and all that kind of stuff. So I think that'll be good. I'm excited for next week too. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. And thank you, Jason and Lorraine, for being here. Sow the Land. Y'all go and check out their channel. And we will see you guys next week.
All right. See you.
Bye.